This is Garum, and of course I am ignoring reality. Welcome to Game News Bites. Only good information, all duds removed. Xcom 2 Novel Summation Part 6. If you've missed any of the previous parts, go ahead and click right here and I'll take you to them. Otherwise, let's catch up on what happened last time. In the last part, we found out that Advent soldiers have been called and are on the way. Valen suspects a traitor is among them. How are you sure we weren't followed? Amar demanded. If the Elpis had been followed, they would have arrived shortly after you, and they would not be coming from South America. No, they were summoned. My instruments were hijacked, forcing them to transmit. I've shut it down, of course, but it's too late, Valen snapped. Motioning towards her monitors, you could clearly see 6 small dots moving in a formation. Advent troop transports. She thrusted a small briefcase into Sam's chest, saying only, "Get this to Shin." It was obvious that we had precious little time before this island became a war zone. "What about you, Dr. Valen? We need you to come with us," Sam said. "I'm not without some defense. Besides, we can't let them get this data. Take one of the vehicles in the hangar and go," she yelled back at them. Amar hurried out with the rest of the squad, but felt a tug in the back of his mind, as though someone was watching him. His head spun around to see Lena standing still as if rooted. Their eyes met. In the space of one breath to another, Amar had made his decision. Darting back, he grabbed her by the wrist. "Come on," he whispered. "Valen isn't thinking of you now. In another minute she may remember," he continued. Making it outside together was not unnoticed by Amar's squad. However, their disapproval was overridden by the need to flee. They made no attempt to hide their concerns as they drove away. She was by far the most likely traitor. She denied and swore to her innocence. Such pleas were held with little regard. They had made it about halfway back to the Elpis when the transports came into view overhead. For a moment they passed over and continued on their way. For a moment they were safe. One of the 6 transports peeled away from the pack and was now in hot pursuit of them. "Stop the jeep and everyone get out. We cannot lead them back to the Elpis." The car screeched to a halt, and everyone dove out in search of cover, as it was well known to all Xcom soldiers that against alien weaponry, any vehicle was little more than a bomb waiting to be armed. Unfortunately, not much was readily available for cover on the beach. "We're gonna have to make do with anything we can find," Amar thought. The transport quickly landed and unloaded, and the firefight ensued. The Advent, or Jabbers, as the team liked to call them, had the advantage in height and numbers. Several minutes passed when we heard our team sniper yell, "Oh crap, they're coming from behind!" Somehow, an additional transport was able to land unnoticed by us. "Whoop whoop!" the sniper called out. "Got the captain!" Yelling out like that was a very bad idea, however, as it drew a lot of attention. "Get down!" Amar screamed. The warning came too late. His eyes faded and his armor shredded. The sniper tumbled down from his cover onto the beach below. Suddenly, from the ridge to the west of us, was it a spider? No, it's tall as a man. "Chrysalids!" Amar yelled. A small group of them, only 3. He had heard about them, but no story could do justice to this. Their speed was incredible. All 3 bearing down on Amon. 1 down. The remaining 2 were just too fast. They leaped. Time crawled for a moment, and they came down on Amon. Nothing he could do. Closed his eyes and braced. A shotgun blast tore through a chrysalid, sending it flying, his eyes darting around to see who had saved him. "Lena!" Amar said. Hearing a scream, he looked. The other chrysalid was no longer by him, but by Thomas, his commanding officer, now tearing into her. Filling the alien with holes, it quickly went down, but unfortunately it was too late. Thomas, her wounds were deep, yet Almost as soon as she hit the ground, she quickly rose again to her feet. No, something was terribly wrong with this. Alright guys, we're going to have to stop it there. If you want to continue on, go ahead and click right there, and I'll jump you to part 7. Thanks for watching, guys.